So you want to learn programming and are completely blown away about the number of languages that are in the world
It's too much.
and just can't seem to narrow down exactly the best one for you to choose? Honestly, you're definitely not alone. If you're anything like me, you were jumping around from tutorial to tutorial trying to figure out what the best choice for you is. I find that the best way to learn is having a problem you want to solve, like this kid from Germany. While he was desperately trying to study for his exams, he was constantly interrupted by a flock of pigeons that would poop and terrorize his balcony every day. And what did he do? Like any sane person, he decided to take drastic measures and create a Wi-Fi equipped water gun to shoot the pigeons whenever they landed on his balcony. Yeah, that's right. He used his programming skills to solve this constant annoyance he had. Some people may call it over engineering, but I thought it was brilliant.
Wow, our people are like really smart.
Choosing a programming language is a lot like choosing a musical instrument. Of course, they have their different sounds, structures, and tunes, but at the end of the day, you're still reading musical notes and creating music for people to hear, just varying from genre to genre. That's exactly like programming, in a sense where at the end of the day, you're just coding and making the computer do what you want it to do. And the end result will just depend on what genre or what application you want to create. Maybe you want to make a fun little interactive game with sword fighting, shooting, puzzles, or maybe you want to create a web application that'll help you track the stock market or help you organize your day. Maybe you're just interested in making a bot to pick up your favorite pair of sneakers. Whatever it is, there's a programming language that's perfectly suited for you. Now in this video, I'll be going through 5 languages in no particular order that is perfect for beginners to choose and the typical type of applications that you may be interested in making from it. What I want you guys to do is have a pen and paper out before I get this video underway and ask yourself, what kind of projects do you want to build? Really take the time to think about the types of projects you would like, whether that's a mobile application, a desktop application, or some web application. Make sure to be specific on what you want so you can get as much as you can from this video and you can start matching the ideal programming language for you. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's get the video started. I'm just gonna get that 2 obvious ones out of the way as soon as possible. So number 1, Python. If you're new to programming, then I'm sure you've been recommended this language about 1,000 times. And for good reason too. With its English-like syntax and wide range of use, literally you can do anything with it. Ideally, Python is used for backend work, data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Those are some big things, so let's tone it down just a little bit and think of a problem you have. Say, a pigeon problem?
Pigeon man!
Pigeon man.
That's right, if you heard the story I had in the beginning of the video, then you know about the pigeon balcony story. The script for that whole contraption was made in Python, so you can see how little creativity goes a long way. If you're not too stoked about that, then how about creating an application for tracking your crypto portfolio or stock portfolio? You can track market trends or set up something so you can get a notification whenever a stock or cryptocurrency hits a certain value you want and immediately buy it.
Cha-ching!
Or how about creating a bot to scrape the web for information you want to say you want to know? Whenever someone talks about a certain sport team you like or a player that you like, you can get that information immediately. Or even if you want to gather news from various different websites, you can do that too. In summary, Python's a great language to start with and really sky's the limit with its capabilities. Next one is of course my favorite and the first programming language I learned on my self-taught journey, and the one that got me the job I have today. And that language is JavaScript. Along with JavaScript, I definitely recommend learning HTML and CSS. At least having a basic understanding so you can make your projects cooler and just overall more fun to look at. JavaScript is a popular language for front-end development and can also be used for back-end development with Node.js runtime. It's a versatile language that is widely used in web development. In my opinion, the reason it's so popular amongst newer developers it's because it's basically immediate results you can see. You can whip up a nice interactive page in 30 minutes and see what you've done rather than running something on the command line like many other languages. Once you have the basics down for JavaScript, you can start learning different frameworks like React, which makes the front-end development process that much easier and therefore making it cooler projects a lot more easier. Now for some examples of projects you can do. Have you ever wanted to change something about a certain website using, say for example, Twitter? How about implementing a Twitter clone using React as your front end and using Node.js to build out your back end and add whatever features you want? Or about a website that connects back to your favorite sports API that'll track your favorite teams and players? You can literally create a full stack application while just knowing JavaScript. That's why I think it's such a beautiful language to learn and a lot of it can be easily transferred to a real life job. Okay, on to number 3. The next one is probably the most versatile on the list and one I made a video on recently. Go check it out if you haven't already. That language is C#. C# is a modern object-oriented programming language developed by Microsoft that's widely used for building Windows desktop applications, web applications, and games using the Unity game engine, along with the .NET framework developed by Microsoft that provide a powerful combination that enables developers to build high-quality applications for a wide range of platforms. It's not like how it was before, where C# was purely for Windows applications. Now you can build for Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and even mobile as well. In terms of projects, really this is one language you can build absolutely anything with. Right now I'm trying to build a sneaker bot that allows me to buy sneakers quickly offsite like Foot Locker. Honestly, I'm not even that interested in sneakers, but it just sounds like a really cool way to learn C#. But there are plenty of other things you can do. One of the most popular gaming engines, Unity, uses C# for their platform, so you can literally make these beautiful looking games custom to how you would want to make it. Now this next one is one that not many people talk about. That language is Ruby, and using the Ruby on Rails framework for web development. Ruby is a dynamic open source programming language that was created in Japan in the mid 1990s. It's a general purpose language that can be used for a wide range of applications, including web development and scripting. Ruby is known for its elegant syntax, which emphasizes human readable code, and it focuses on productivity and simplicity. If you check out the Odin project where I learned full stack JavaScript, you can also see that they have a Ruby on Rails course, which is equally as popular. So right off the bat, you have a great resource to learn full stack web development for free. What more do you really need, honestly? With Ruby on Rails, you can build a wide range of web applications, from small personal websites to large scale enterprise applications. Some of the things you can do with Ruby on Rails is similar to what you did with full stack JavaScript, which would be to make some sort of web application. Maybe a social media app like Facebook, or maybe an e-commerce app for all you dropshipping fiends out there. Regardless of what you choose, make sure it's a fairly impressive project and not just some tic-tac-toe app. Now for the final programming language, it's mostly for my Apple fanboys and fangirls. That language is Swift. Swift is a general purpose multi-paradigm programming language created by Apple in 2014. It was designed to be a safer, faster, and more modern alternative to Objective-C, which was the primary language used for iOS and Mac OS app development before Swift's release. Swift is now the main language used for iOS and Mac OS, watchOS, and tvOS app development. Swift is definitely a language that's easy to read and write, safe and modern, and has a large community backing it, and is now cross-platform, so it's available to be used on Linux as well. This means that you use Swift to build applications for a wide range of platforms, including desktop, mobile, and web. If you're using Swift, I definitely try to dive into mobile development for iPhones. You can make something like a mobile meal planner or a calorie counter so you can stay up to date with your fitness goals, or make something like a fitness tracker where you're recording your weightlifting progress and running times, or whatever you can really imagine. I'm not sure why I really pushed for the more healthier options, but there you go. Anything you guys can create. Picking a language is probably the most important part of your journey, or so you would think, but honestly it's really not. The most important thing is to start as soon as possible and start making your favorite projects as soon as you can. The reality is that once you've learned the core concept of one programming language, then it's very easy to pivot. As I've told you guys, I just started learning C#, and honestly, it really took me only like a week to get the syntax down. Not that I'm some genius C# coder now, but I get the basics and it's enough for me to start building a project from it and applying my knowledge. The rest will just be learned as I go. Remember guys, Google will always be your friend whether you're on the job or not. If you're having a hard time choosing, just go straight to this JavaScript web development roadmap video and call it a day. So good luck guys, and I'll see you next time.